It's amid that reality that the Akron Zoo is pitching a tax levy this November. Our Jordan Vandenberg explains what the levy is designed to do and why zoo officials say it's necessary.
Not only is there a levy renewal for Summit County voters, but there's also a small levy increase for the Akron Zoo. And zoo officials say that increase wasn't taken lightly, but they're hoping voters see the value in it. Every single day,
oh my goodness,
one family opens its gates to others.
we're doing great.
But the patriarch of this family says,
Hi.
Unlike most families, this one has just a few more mouths to feed.
Our fixed expenses are much higher than the average business because we have over 2,000 mouths to feed.
From alpacas to otters, the accredited Akron Zoo has undoubtedly grown from a few acres to more than 40 since voters approved a 0.8 mil levy 20 years ago. And currently that revenue accounts for half of the zoo's operating income. CEO and President Doug Piekarz says that investment has paid dividends.
When the original levy was put on the ballot 20 years ago, the zoo typically saw around 100,000 people a year using this property, and the zoo was much smaller. Where we are today, the zoo is much larger, and we're engaging 400,000 people a year, more than 400,000, on this property.
That's why Piekarz says November's renewal levy is critical to its future growth. However, with a larger footprint and more facilities to manage, the renewal alone won't be enough. That's why the zoo is seeking a 0.4 mil tax increase. The renewal and increase would cost the owner of a $100,000 home $35 a year total, or about 4 general admission tickets.
We need that support because otherwise we would have to increase the cost of programming, which we know would potentially exclude people. Some folks have said to us, why in God's name are you actually on the ballot in the midst of a pandemic?
The zoo's levy request became a victim of timing. It was approved last year, well before the pandemic. If voters approve it, the additional revenue would also help fund an expansion of the Pride of Africa exhibit to include animals that people have clamored for, like giraffes.
For every dollar of public support the zoo receives, we've returned $8 of economic impact to the greater Summit County community. And that's equaled more than $500 million just since 2011. And I think the zoo has also shown that when we make a promise, we deliver on that promise.
Piekarz believes the reward is worth the investment, and with it, this family can open the gates to even more of them. In Akron, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.